I give the floor to the International Organization for the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a joint statement by a number of NGOs. As this session comes to an end, our NGOs would like to express our respect for the important work it has carried out and to reiterate our full cooperation with this body. As the High Commissioner outlined in her opening statement, the universality of human rights is one of the fundamental principles of international relations. Altogether, we must work towards this end and not let ourselves be influenced by power, influence, or interests. Our NGOs are deeply concerned that some countries are still getting away with impunity for their human rights violations, committed under the pretext of combating terrorism, as it is the case for Iraq, whose government is fighting a war against its own civilians, which has resulted in one of the biggest displacement crises since the illegal invasion in 2003. We are equally concerned about the lack of accountability for the consequences of the invasion itself, which violated the fundamental norms of international law and shattered the country's socio-economic situation on all levels. A serious matter of deep concern remains the deficiency to address the issue of self-determination, as well as the persistent lack of cooperation of Israel with this Council, whose return to the UPR was undermined by a political bargaining process, including efforts to suppress Standing Agenda Item 7. In including Israel in the regional group, the members of the Western European and other group now bear a particular responsibility. Israel's long-standing colonial and racist policy has led to persistent and grave human rights violations, and we hope that the country's inclusion in the group will lead to a genuine change of this country's policy in the field and in this Council. Finally, we are also deeply concerned about the postponement of the appointment of certain mandate holders. We wish to re-emphasize that the choice has to be made in accordance with the criteria set out in the IB package and not based on political considerations. Mr. President, the application of double standards in addressing human rights violations profoundly affects the credibility of the commitment of those who want to be at the forefront of the struggle for human rights. In this sense, we call on this Council to remain consistent in its judgment, committed to the enforcement of justice, and vigilant in the pursuit of truth. Thank you.